Hello, and welcome to this podcast from Azure, in which we're looking at getting beyond unconscious bias to release the potential and power of diversity in our organisations. What compels us to recruit in our own image? What drives us to put someone in a particular category, to stereotype, maybe based on a single characteristic, whether that's a personal habit, a lifestyle choice, their dress sense, their accent, or another indicator? Why do we choose one person over another to lead an important project when they have equally shining track records? What might be at play here are our hidden or unconscious biases. These biases are wired in, the result of our conditioning from very early life, from parental, school, peer group and societal influences, and from life experiences. Those continue to influence these biases without us noticing. Being able to quickly and automatically categorise people and things is a quality of the human mind. It gives order to life. At times it's helpful, for example, helping categorise friend from foe in dangerous situations, and this was particularly important to early human survival. However, categorisation can be the basis for stereotyping, those generalisations that allow little or no room for individual differences, for prejudice, an opinion or prejudgment or attitude about a group or individual, and for discrimination, the behaviour that treats others unequally because of their group membership, and that's whether they're an in-group with us or in an out-group. In holding biases, we're limiting the chances of creating equality in our teams, in our organisations, and in society, and we're failing to encourage and embrace diversity. Yet, as leaders, we surely all agree that equality and diversity are not only vital, but the right thing to do. And in that case, we have some work to do, don't we? So achieving equality is a must-do for our world, and we all have a part to play in that. And there's something else to consider at an organisational level too. In holding biases, we may be excluding the very talent and experience our people, teams and organisations need to flourish. Our hidden biases may limit choices about who we recruit, about who we promote, about who we assign work to and who we ask to lead projects, and whose thinking and perspectives we pay attention to. So creating a diverse and inclusive workplace is the right thing to do ethically, and it makes a difference to progress and performance too. McKinsey's Delivering Through Diversity report backs this up. Organisations with the highest level of gender and ethnic or cultural diversity at exec team levels and in line roles are more likely to outperform their industry on profitability, by 21% in the case of gender and a whopping 43% in the case of ethnic and cultural diversity. Gender and ethnic and cultural diversity are, of course, the physical and visible characteristics of diversity. When we get into diversity of thinking, the case is even more compelling. Deloitte's Diversity and Inclusion Revolution report talks about diversity of thinking being a wellspring of creativity, leading to a 20% uplift in innovation and a 30% decrease in risks. Of course, this is about more than profit. It's about the cultures we create where humanness and our people are highly valued and respected, and the organisation contributes to the world beyond its functional product or service. In such organisations and cultures, people bring their best to work, their best selves. They're highly engaged and generous with their effort, time and ideas. And they take every opportunity to grow and develop, learning from colleagues and from their experiences on the job. The greater the diversity of our organisations and teams, the more people have the chance to grow. So how do we get more diversity of thinking into our teams and organisations? Firstly, we have to look within, ourselves and our organisations. Personally, how open are you to people who think differently to you, who hold different opinions, who take a different approach to task completion? Consider how holding a view that there's one right way to do things may be closing down and disempowering people. How open are you to challenge from others? Do you actively encourage it? Having our thinking and ideas challenged or challenging others helps progress. Healthy conflict leads to synthesis of thinking and ideas to a higher and better place, resulting in greater innovation and outcomes. Do you seek out others' perspectives, even when you think you've got the right answer to a problem? And how wide is your circle of consultation? Is it the usual suspects, or are you seeking different voices? Do you actively seek out and listen to the dissenters and rebels in the organisation, or simply give them a wide berth, assigning them to the category of whingers? The thing is, beneath their dissatisfaction, we can often find some real nuggets that will help bring about change that sticks, supported vocally by those very same whingers. Often the least engaged can become the most engaged by being listened to and then empowered to take action. When you're looking for new team members, either inside or outside the organisation, it's important to be clear what you're looking for. If it's different thinking, then we have to suspend the need for them to look or feel like they will fit in with the existing group. Enlisting others in the selection process will bring a range of perspectives and help reduce the impact of hidden bias. Or you could be even more radical, asking peers to recruit on your behalf. As ING Bank began its shift to a more agile culture, the recruitment process was changed to one of peer hiring. All the chief executive's 14 direct reports were hired by his colleagues. He had the right to veto if he really couldn't cope with someone chosen, but he didn't need to. And this approach was used across the whole organisation, amazingly with no vetoes applied. The key thing is getting the criteria right and applying them. So when it comes to diversity of thought, we definitely don't want others thinking what or how we're thinking. As General Patton said, if everyone's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking. In expanding the diversity of thought in our teams and across our organisations, we will be creating a more vibrant and dynamic culture and, ultimately, supporting greater performance.